Hello everyone, welcome to Bargain Gaming, where we can play excellent games without busting our wallets. This is episode 268. of Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition. And what we are doing is, I have spent literally the whole day trying to farm looking for an instigating ghost rifle, and I have not been able to do so. So that's a legendary right there. So mighty powerful 10mm auto pistol, and there is another legendary here, Ghoul Slayer's Ghost Rifle. So what is happening is that we are currently in the based on the map, we are in the Nuka-World power plant. So I found out that prior to porting in or teleporting or entering this power plant from outside, I saved the game, and then when I ported in, automatically it auto-saved inside, and then so I used that save. So I did a hard save right here, and then from here, with that hard saved on, as I move towards this area over here, one of the zombies over in that corner where we are aiming will spawn, and as soon as it spawns, or as soon as I saw movement, I pressed and immediately did a quick save. And as a result, if we load our quick save, under quick save, we will see that at the moment of spawning, that is when the loot table is actually being accessed. So what happened was, outside coming in, and then once we're inside, doing a hard save again. Okay, see, so this is, we're doing a quick save here. So we got, that is the again, the legendary. So the quick save have fixed the the two monsters, legendary monsters. So one was the one we just shot, and the other one is right here. Okay, so remember, this was a legendary. It's giving us an incendiary spire. So that one was not loot locked. This other one here, remember, that was giving us a ghost rifle? This one was loot locked. So now we're getting a resolute ghost rifle. So again, the process is, what happened was that, okay, just to show you, just to prove that the ghost rifle, we currently got a resolute, right? So I'm going to put in the quick save, yes, and then as soon as we had a resolute ghost rifle. So using the quick save, we have loot locked it in place, and I did not want to start all over again. In the process, because we have two legendary monsters. So that's again a legendary monster. That's a feral ghoul. So this is the legendary monster from the right side. should be another one here. Okay, and then with the first legendary monster that we hit. Okay, this one did not loot lock. So earlier it was like a 10mm rifle, 10mm pistol. So this one did not loot lock. I don't know the loot locking instance for that one. But this one looks loot lock. So right now we're getting a troubleshooter's gauss rifle. So I have been doing this like the whole day. Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. This is the last part. The very first part was when we were outside, and when I teleported or entered the building, I did a quick save. So let's say load that. I did a hard save. So this was when, okay, I'm loading the hard save then, because it's better to load to save outside and then enter the building, and then once inside the building do another hard save in a different slot. The reason is that porting into the building sometimes generates random type of legendaries. Sometimes it just generates one legendary. In this instance, it generated 2 legendaries. Okay, so as we move towards, pay attention to the area at the end. As soon as we see movement right there, like that one, do a quick save, and then that would block the kind of loot that these spawned with. So that. What happened was that coming in, when we entered the building, we don't know how many legendaries will be spawning. So that's why. So by saving it as soon as we got in, we had the chance. So when we got in and it did not spawn, because as soon as we got in, we don't know how many legendaries will be spawning. And then as soon as we progress and we did the quick save, that's the only time after we kill everything afterwards, that's when we know how many legendaries actually spawn. So coming into the building, we don't know. So coming into the building, the whole place resets. So it determines how many legendaries are there. So that's why it's important to save outside. So when we come in and then we do a quick save and we killed all the monsters, that's the only time we find out that, oh, there are 2 legendaries. So as soon as we came into the building, by saving another hard save, so once we killed off everything, then we know, using that hard save, we know that we have 2 legendaries, and we can always start from the second hard save. But if we come in and we find out that there's only 1 legendary or no legendary at all, we can reload again the first save outside the building. So I kept doing that a few times to determine if it will actually spawn legendaries, and I found out that it usually spawns 1 legendary, and on rare occasions will spawn 2 legendaries. So I don't know. So every time I come in, I do a second hard save, I clear out the mobs. That's the only time I find if there was 1 legendary or 2 legendaries. So if I find 2 legendaries, then I use the second hard save as the starting point. So as using that as the starting point, that means now I can then as I progress towards the opening and I see movement, that is when I did a quick save. That one loot locked it to a spiff. In this case, this would loot lock the power fist. We don't like the power fist. Okay, let's say since we know that we have two legendaries spawning in this hard save, we can always reload the hard save, the second hard save, and then so we had an iron fist and a like an armor piece. So if we reload the second hard save, we will have locked in the spawning that two legendary ghouls will be spawning. So now what we want to do is we're looking for, so as soon as there's movement, do a quick save, and then we will kill all the ghouls in place. And now so we've killed, there's still another one. Okay, so we've killed, ooh, not all of it. So we've killed, this is one of the, so we now have a troubleshooter's disciple's serrated blade. So that's actually a good blade. That's from the guy coming from this side. And the one that we were able, this one is the one that has the loot lock. So earlier we had something else. Now we have the assassin's machete, right? So that's 50% more damage against humans. So to make to find out whether we were able to loot lock one of these things, we can load the quick save that we just did. And the machete should be the one that loot lock. Then it will give us a different kind of a description for the machete. It will still be a machete all this time. So the assassination machete will just be replaced with another prefix. And the prefix determines the kind of a machete we will be getting. Okay, so now we get a Western revolver here. This is actually very good. This is 50% more damage against humans.
Ours now.
And it uses 44 Magnum. So earlier this guy has the machete. This one should be loot locked too. So now we have a blazing machete. Earlier one was an assassin's machete. So this one will add 50 points of damage, 25% chance. So I've done this the whole day because I was able to loot lock that particular legendary ghoul there to drop a gauss rifle. The problem is, and then I kept the process reloading the quick save again and again, but it will not produce the instigating gauss rifle. I think the chances for that drop is very small. I practically spent the whole day doing it over and over and over again. So it is something that, you know, because I'm a farmer, so that's why it doesn't bother me that much, but I did not show the whole process. And here is these are the two things I got. An explosive shielded gauss rifle, which does 476 points of damage, and a two-shot gauss rifle, 506 points of damage. So this, by loot locking it, I was able to get the two-shot gauss rifle. Interestingly enough, the other legendary also dropped a gauss rifle, although that monster was not loot locked, and it dropped an explosive shielded ghost rifle. So I got 2 ghost rifles instead of the one I was looking for, which is the instigating ghost rifle. Anyway, so that is the loot locking process, and I have shown you how it is done. Anyway, let us continue with this.
You say the word.
Let's go.
Yep. Sure.
Let's.
Take a peek.
I think let us pass her the. These are heavy. So we will have room for other stuff because we're going to pick up more stuff. We're going to explore this. Remember, we said in an earlier episode, we are trying to explore this area so that hopefully we can turn on the power. And no, I don't want. We don't want the melon. Jeez, the melons are heavy. I know it. Okay, it weighs 1. That's okay. Nuka cherry, that's fine. Oh, another souvenir coffee. What's that? Oh, enough. I think we have enough souvenirs. Okay, so although I love farming, I got a little tired also from farming. So, ooh. Anyway, let's see what is in here. Because as soon as we enter, we heard a lot of gunfire. Okay. Let me pause this for a minute. I just heard our doorbell go off. So can you let me please have some patience? Let me check on who's at the door. Sorry about that. It's not a person I recognize, so I am sorry. It's not a person I recognize. I glanced through the peephole to find out who the guy is. So we're not answering that doorbell. Okay. Earlier we heard a bunch of firing before we got in here. Ooh, pistol. Huh. Angles the moon monkey. Why are you playing with a pistol? So I'm guessing there must be raiders here too, and that's what who the feral ghouls were fighting against. How do we proceed? Wow, seems like duct tape is everywhere. Pork and beans.
Well, if anyone could figure out a good use for it.
One of the reasons why we're using the deliverer is because it's an enhanced vat, so that means we don't use as much action points to use vats. Wow, okay. And this way we are building up the VAT's critical point. So this leads to another part of the building. How do we turn on the cigar box? Duct tape, yes. Huh. Okay, is there something to do here? What was the thing we just picked up? Looks like I can hear some kind of a motor running. Yeah, this is where we came in at, right? Okay, we came in from here, I think. Yep, we came in from there. And then we went straight ahead, right here. How about if we go down this way? I wonder where this leads. Back to where we started? The sloth has its arms wrapped around that of the quantum Nuka-Cola. Oh, a little more. I thought that's where we came in at. Hold on. I think if we jump down, that is where we started. Pelvis bones. Okay, that's the reason why the deliverer is so nice. Okay, this would have been a shortcut, right? Wow. That's radioactive stuff. Okay. Anything up here before we jump down? Out of our way, Piper. Come on. Okay, what's that? Upper skull. I guess we jump down from here. Right? Okay, anyway, before we do that, let me, our timer went off, so, or, do we need to jump down, or we can go down this side? Okay, let me cut the episode right here. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you will join me in the next episode. Bye!